like I'm about to announce a motivational speech. Well, hello and welcome to the Advanced Age Role-Playing Gamers Live. My name is Matt. I'm going to be your...
You can keep talking.
What are you going to be?
Oh, you know what it is?
Plaything? You're going to be my plaything?
Here's the thing.
Sex doll.
Let me, hold on.
Small lumpy
There
cabbage.
we go. I've never done this before. I actually
mate.
had YouTube on, and so I'm like, I would talk, and then I would hear myself. It was like completely
you gotta
throwing
mute
me
the
off.
YouTube.
I did. It's off. It's gone. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So
One day
again,
you'll
guys,
get through
man.
one of these intros.
right. I have two more chances to get through the intro without screwing something up. But welcome back to, this is episode 2 of our short 4-part episode or 4-part series for the Electric State. I'm joined tonight by 3 of our illustrious cast members.
And us.
Yeah, that's right.
Where are they?
Yes.
Yeah, we have
You
them.
You got them in a
hiding
box under your
somewhere.
bed again?
They're all home, but we are here, and I think, are you guys ready to delve back into the joyous, happy, and frivolous world that is the Electric State?
Yes,
I
but
love-
first I must say that I'm not sure whether we have to give Nathan less acid or more acid when he's doing the intro videos.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like he was prepping us all to get the neurograph virus or whatever the hell that thing is.
I had so much fun making that, guys. It was a good time. I'm stretching my video editing legs, which are
I picture him in
little baby
his
legs,
office.
little baby legs.
Yeah.
Lights turned down, all by himself, giggling. Sort of a...
Smoking some hash.
Yeah. the Mary Jane wafting through the air.
I mean, it's the post-apocalypse, so what are you supposed to do?
That's right. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, anything else before we want to say hi or anything like that?
I'm drinking some... jeez. There we go.
I'm drinking a bottle of
Belgian
wine.
ale.
Jeez.
Well, I'm outdone. Thanks.
Yeah, I
Tim.
already
Fuck
had-
you.
I was already drinking out of my gallon jug of pan.
Why waste a glass,
That's true. I'm very boring. I am literally drinking tonic water, which, by the way, tonic water tastes exactly like vodka tonic, but it doesn't make me as sleepy. So
it's boring water.
it is. It's just tonic. I'm trying. It's the weather's getting warm. Mosquitoes are waking up. I'm just trying to get that quinine in me to keep away the malaria.
You make me feel so old.
All right. Well, all right.
Did you get enough fiber in your diet today? Do you want to talk about that?
I do not want to talk about my fiber.
Oh, we'll talk about it for you. About you, of course.
Oh boy! All right,
gotta stay regular.
Whew. Okay. All right. Are we past? Are we past my bathroom? My colon?
No, but we'll let you continue. Are we pushing past your colon? Is that what you're asking us?
If you're over the age of 50, you should never pass the bathroom.
Well, I served with a guy, Steve Feeney, who always said never pass an opportunity to pee. Right?
So there's 3 rules for over 50. 1 is you never pass a bathroom. 2 is you never waste an erection. And 3 is you never, under any circumstances, ever trust a fart.
Okay.
All right. That kind of night.
All right. Well, now that we've given out this sage wisdom.
Is this what I mean? I don't know why you guys invite me to live show.
And scene.
This is what happens with a bottle of wine. All right. So, all right. It is nighttime in the Nevada desert. It is quiet. It is still. And it is very dark, except for the glow of a large neon sign that says treasure. The part one man's is scrawled on a piece of corrugated sheet metal. It's invisible. Is the only light visible for miles and miles. And we come into this compound that used to be once a governmental seat for Caliente. Then it was a hotel. And now it is the home of a scrap yard where Larry and Matilda basically run this place with people who either are down on their luck, in need of help, nowhere else to go, or in some cases dropped off by their parents for an extended stay. We zoom in, it's nighttime. There's very little lights around the walls. There are a couple of people walking around sort of on night watch, but it's everyone else asleep. It's still, we come inside the old sort of dilapidated building and through the quiet, dark halls.
You forgot to mention the legs of the old man, the unconscious old man in the broom closet.
Right. We find ourselves in a utility closet. There's an old man dressed in a worn bellhop suit with a gag you tape over his mouth, his arms and legs hog-tied in the utility closet.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Follow the hallway down until we come around to what seems to be an overseer's office. And outside of that office door are 3 individuals crouched, one crouched in front of the door, the other 2 standing in the hall, and they're looking at each other in somewhat shock to see the other group in this hallway in the middle of the night. And so who do we see? Let's go around. We'll start with Tim.
The doc is in. Doc McStuffins is my character, Dottie McStuffins. She is a surgeon. And I decided in between game sessions that one of my goals is to find a new battery terminal, very special battery terminal for my nurse Lammy, who is the bot that hands me things out of my surgical instrument kit. And I need that new battery terminal for Lammy. That's one of my goals.
Lammy kind of getting a little rundown?
Lammy's a rundown bot, but Lammy, I can't really do surgery without my Lammy.
Okay, all right, Nathan.
So, Todd Bearclaw is a tattooed and scraggly looking, dark-haired fella. Todd Bearclaw is a criminal. He's as part of this journey. He's on the road to, or hopes to be on the road to make amends for his past crimes. Totally guilty as fuck, but and he's looking over at Dr. Dot, wondering what the fuck is she doing here.
All right, and Chris.
Lastly, is Jesus D'Artagnan. He's a 20-something outcast somewhere, sort of a half goth, half punk, pale stereotypical 90s grunge kind of kid who has serious abandonment issues because he was dumped off here by his parents. And then his brother, with whom he was dumped off, left. So fuck him. And fuck Dot for standing in our way of this truck getting out of this hellhole.
Your parents
Yeah,
were
and so-
Jose and Maria. Is that right?
Well, first
Your
off, my
brother
dad
was
was French,
Pedro.
D'Artagnan. So his name was Jacques. Thank you very much.
Got it.
My mother
Yeah, and
was
you
Maria,
just
though.
received a letter from
Fuck you for being
your
stereotypical.
brother Pedro, basically telling you that things didn't go as planned. He needs help, and he needs you to come help bring him back to the compound.
Pedro is French.
And
Mom got to pick the names.
yeah, neither is Jesus.
She's
My
a
mother's
Hispanophile.
Maria.
Right. All right. So you all are, so both
Maria
Todd
Consuelo del
and-
Castillo.
both Todd and Jesus had agreed to leave together to steal
Yeah, there's some Korean too.
Larry's truck. But
Del
they knew
Castillo.
they would have to dismantle the locks from inside of his office. And so they snuck out and they go there and they have just found themselves at the office, but they also find Doc McStuffins there looking like she's examining the door as well. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What, you invited her to?
No, I didn't say anything to her. Doc, what are you doing here? Where shouldn't you be in bed?
Somebody with some brains should be on a venture like this. So I'm coming along.
So who are we going to find the brains person then?
Right here in my eye.
I don't know. With you gone, won't Larry be super pissed? I mean, he might come after us if you're traveling with us. If you run away,
I can leave anytime I want. That's one of the rules of this place. Weren't you here for episode 1?
yeah. I mean, he says that, but does he really mean it? I mean, you're the Doc. I mean,
I think we should take his truck then. That way it'll make it less likely for him to come after us.
Well, he has more than just the truck.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this, but yeah, we're here. Let's how do we get in there to get the truck? Because I know where the keys are.
I can probably do the neurohacking necessary to get us access to the truck.
All right.
You're
Well,
going to get
unless-
brainworms.
Unless one of you is better at it than I am.
and is it wits for neurohacking?
Yeah, you will first have to get into his office. There is a locked door.
Oh, son of a bitch. I left my dice upstairs. I'll be right back.
Is there, is this door
Totally
just like
prepared.
straight up door, or is there like, say, a glass window? 'Cause I like
It
that.
is a solid door. It has glass, but it's that what do you call it? It's that cross stitch sort of
Reinforced
safe.
glass with the
Yeah,
steel
yeah. You
wire.
also know that if you broke the glass, that would make a lot of noise. Although,
So can I use my
but there
knife
does
to kind
not
of jimmy
appear-
the lock?
yes, you can. That would be an agility test.
Okay. And do I get the +1 for my knife, or
You sure do, because that's a
Okay.
tool that you're using.
I like to use my tool?
Stick
So I've
your
got
tool in
5
the
dice
door.
for agility and one for the equipment.
Yes, and you will need to get 2 successes.
Can I help him to give him another die?
How are you going to help him jimmy the door open with his knife?
I can complain at him until he does it correctly.
No.
We're not married.
Yet.
Look, heard that.
So yeah, and we need 6s for successes, right?
Yes.
I got 0 successes. What's the pushing mechanic like?
So the
like other
pushing
fairly-
mechanic is very similar to Aliens. You can push all dice that are not 1s or 6s. And then any ones you get in that push roll, you lose a hope.
What about
No,
used
no.
equipment? So he has to have an equipment die. So if he
Yeah,
gets a one of the
so
equipment
do you have more than one? So if you're going to push the extra dice that you got from that extra die from your knife, use a different color or roll it somewhere separate so you can keep it, because that's different.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
push that die, you'll
I've got
take.
a green die for my
Okay.
equipment.
Or just lie to the GM. Because
Just lie to
yeah.
the GM.
You know, I like consequences, so I like when shit goes sideways. So I would never
True.
lie. Well, I got 1 success and 1 on my regular dice.
Okay, so
Lose a hope.
Sorry, you lose a hope. Sorry, so you begin to you're fiddling with it and you think you got it turned. You think you got it turned, and the knife kind of slips out, makes a clinking noise, and it's just you didn't get it.
Christ. Sorry.
So you can try again.
Okay, so that's an automatic failure because it did get 1 success.
You needed 2.
Oh, I need to.
Well, sorry, yeah, it's 2 successes.
So I can push again? Is it?
No, you can re-roll now. You can.
Okay, re-roll the whole thing?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, but now
It
you
just
have one.
takes. It's going to take a little time, right?
But
You have
now
one
you're
less hope.
hopeless.
Yep.
All
one
right.
less hope.
No, so I'm good. I rolled another success this time.
Okay. All right. You're able to. You're kind of frustrated. You get your knife back in there, and eventually you hear a click.
Good job. He'll never notice that.
I mean, I'm sure he'll notice the truck is gone. But now, just shut up and get in there. Doc, get in there.
Okay.
All right. The door creaks open, and you go into Larry's dark, sort of very dimly lit office. There's one little safety bulb or whatever nightlight in there. It's surprisingly neat considering Larry's less than neat demeanor. You have a feeling that this is probably due to Matilda, who is very meticulous and it does not take you very much to see that he's got a neuro jack. He has a standard sort of standalone laptop, but he also has a Neurocaster Link. Good news is it is a wired, so you have to literally plug into it, which actually is a bonus. It will give you 2 extra dice on tasks.
Is this for me to do, guys? Is this what I'm doing?
Yeah, why don't you? No, I've
Okay.
got my piece of shit.
So it's
I'm going to stand by the door with the bat.
wits plus, and then with my super gear that I've got, I have a +3 to processor, network, and graphics. Which one am I?
So the way that the 3 are, so processor, the raw computing power of the Neurocaster, mainly used when processing large amounts of data. Network is the Neurocaster's ability to connect with other systems linked to the same neuroscape and manipulate them. And graphics is the ability of the Neurocaster to present the neuroscape to the user and the user itself in lifelike and enthralling detail to other avatars. So basically, because you've got a really nice one, if that system's really nice, right? Yeah, you can represent.
So so I have four wits, and you said because I'm jacking in, it's a +2, and then I get 3 for the Neurocaster equipment that I have. Is that right? Okay. And I'm looking for 6s as the successes. Is that right?
Yes, 6s are the thing. So let me. So finding. So there's either 2 things you can do. You can look for information, or you could try to hack the network.
I bet she's totally looking at porn.
Another common task inside the Neuroscape is to use the hack into the systems to control them, right? This is probably what you'll need to do for the doors and the alarms. And let's see, hack. Okay, you don't have the hacking. You don't have the hacking talent.
I do not.
All right, so let's see. When you try to hack a system, base difficulty is 1 to 3, depending on how secure. The dice indicate the number of separate rolls. Wits rolls, what you need to make in order to disable a system for a stretch of time. Also add your Neurocaster's network gear attribute. So it's your network gear. I think you're +3 across the board, right? For that one?
Yeah.
All right, and so this is a 2. It's a 2 difficulty, so you'll need 2 successes.
And a success is only a 6, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I got 1, 2, 3 successes. Do you care how many ones I get?
If it's on your
No,
opinion
they
die,
don't.
doesn't it
They
matter?
don't count against. It's not like what was that? Is that Twilight 2000? They count against
Okay.
you or
I
something?
have
No,
I got
no.
3 successes.
You know, ones are only important if you're pushing.
Pushing, right?
Oh, okay.
All right. So you put your Neurocaster on and kind of sit down, and you immediately find yourself on a beach. And there is like it's a warm breeze, and you can hear sort of birds chirping, and the waves are lapping across white sand, and you kind of it looks like a small desk is off to your side, and a little filing cabinet is next to this sort of chair, and and you can kind of hear calypso music playing in the background, and it's a very calming sort of place that you're in.
Okay. Check out that
Under
filing
the
cabinet.
sea. Under
So
the sea.
you start going
Everything's
through,
better
and
down
there's
with
all
sweat,
kinds
I
of
take
stuff
it
that
from
you
you.
find in there, but you do see one folder. It's called controls and locks.
Okay. Open it up.
Okay. And sure enough, you could basically, it's just kind of like, it looks like a menu, almost like you could check it off of things you want either on or off or whatever. And it's got basically access to the garage, alarms, electrical.
Turn off the alarms.
Okay.
So are any of these additional rolls that I'm doing?
Nope.
All right, we're going to turn off the alarms. We're going to open up the garage. We're going to turn on the vehicle, or at least unlock the vehicle, I guess.
The vehicle, you don't see anything for the vehicle, just the doors and the alarms and stuff. You
Okay.
figure the vehicle's not connected to any network.
Yeah. And then we will I don't know, I guess shut down the local area network. Can I do that?
Okay. You'll have to do another hacking roll. Make a wits roll.
Okay.
Wits, I guess wits.
Just a straight wits?
Yep, just straight wits.
I got 2 6s.
Wow. You're getting ready to start, hack and kind of try to shut down the network, and you see a file that kind of catches out of the corner of your eye. It says
Porn.
it says runaways.
Runaways. I'll open it up.
All right.
And it's porn.
You're going to
Runaway porn.
open it up. You're going to have to make another hacking roll. This one seems to be locked as well, especially encrypted. It's interesting is once you got into the file cabinet, the controls for the security and all that was not locked down. This
Okay.
one seems to have additional.
2 successes.
All right. That is enough.
Okay.
It looks like a series of dates and names running back over about a 4-year period.
Okay.
Can I download an image of that file into my own Neurocaster?
You can, yes.
Okay. That way I'll have access to it later on.
You also see that you could print it. There is a printer in the. You see like an option to print.
Okay. I'll print it.
Little
Let's
dot
go back.
matrix printer.
It's out
Yeah,
of yellow toner. It won't print without the yellow toner. We have to go find yellow toner.
Cyan.
are-
I need cyan.
You guys are sitting there watching him, and yeah, you just all of a sudden you kind of both jump as all of a sudden there's like a new.
It's a dot matrix printer.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
attack with my knife.
No, but yeah, right. And papers begin printing out.
Okay.
It's about 5
Papers.
pages.
Jesus. How many?
There's a list.
Lot
It's about
of
2
runaways.
or 3 pieces of paper. Yeah.
So we're not the
Okay.
only ones who thought this guy was an asshole.
And if you're
Uh,
trying to shut it down, that's another. Now to shut it down, that's going to be another 2 difficulty. This is not like a. Because they talk about a 3 or more is like military. This is just Larry's.
Shit. My dice went all over.
That happens.
1 success.
Would you
Do I
like
need
to
to-
push?
I will push. I will put the 1 success to the
Um,
side.
Make sure you roll the dice, different color dice, or separately for if you're going to add and re-roll
I am.
any.
I am.
okay.
I have Disney dice for my because I'm Doc Mixo. I have Disney dice for my my gear.
Nice.
Okay. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more successes.
Wow.
So five total successes.
Any ones?
None of them came from the gear.
Any ones at all?
No ones. Oh yeah, there is one, but it's not on a gear. It's on one of my
On
regular.
you?
It's on a wits or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so you take a point of hope damage.
I take 1 point of hope damage. So my hope goes
Actually,
from 5
you know
to
what?
4.
Wait a minute.
Sure.
So, you know what?
Yeah, what happens when you lose hope?
No,
You're asking
you
the three government
you actually
workers?
gain a bliss.
I gain a bliss
Yes.
because I succeeded or something. Right now I have nothing in
No.
bliss. So do I add 1?
Bliss. Yeah, you put 1 in bliss.
Mhm.
Let's see. Specific. Okay. Where's it? Okay. Using neuronics causes you to accumulate points of bliss. Each time you
neurotic
fail a
addiction.
dice roll inside the neuroscape, before pushing the roll, your bliss score increases by 1. Pushing the roll carries further risk as it can reduce your hope. Okay. So what it is you gained a bliss by failing the roll.
Yeah.
And then because you rolled a 1, it lowered your hope.
Okay. So do I just take the hope number that I have and reduce it by 4 or by 1? I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep your
I don't-
total though. Don't.
So
see
so
that.
right now I'm a 4 out of 5.
Right. Now what that means is if that bliss ever becomes more than your hope,
Yeah.
you become locked.
I can't get out of the neuroscape.
Right. You're mentally locked into the system and they'll have to they would have to literally pry you out physically, which would cause mental damage.
Now, does just acquiring bliss, does that mean you're starting to feel a little bit of the twangs of
He
addiction?
is. So as you're working in this, environment, what you do notice is that while you've been trying to shut this down, you realize that your other hand has reached over and you've begun sipping a delicious, cool daiquiri. And as you're working, there's like just the breeze from the ocean. It is very relaxing. The daiquiri is absolutely delicious. And you kind of like get the file, you take it, you can see the network starts coming down and you're kind of like, what is like, you're like, it's
It's
this
freaky that she
moment
just
of,
freezes like that.
Mhm.
yeah, there's like a moment, and you will see her hand like goes out and she's like raising it up to like the neurocaster, clearly either trying
She's
to eat
got a
or drink
monster
something.
Dong. Just a monster dong.
But
Cheers.
but then everything just kind of begins to fuzz and it goes out, and you're just kind of staring as the his local network collapses. You find yourself just staring to the dark, but there's almost a taste of coconut. Well, actually, like and whatever a margarita tastes like. I don't like
Rum.
margaritas, so
Margarita
Like
said tequila.
Yeah, tequila and
we're jacking in.
lime.
We've jacked off.
Mhm.
For the record, Tim has jacked off.
Mhm. You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, Dottie.
Dottie is jacked off. Yes, we saw the gesture. So
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, but you are back
Okay.
in the real world. we
So
hope.
so are we good to go? Is everything unlocked?
well, I grabbed the list from the printer
Mhm.
and give it
what's
a quick
that?
skim for any names I recognize, like Pedro's.
You do find Pedro's name. You also find a note. Basically, after each one, there's a record that says that the recyclers were notified.
Recyclers? Is that
Does not ring a bell.
no? Okay.
That can't be good.
Okay.
Well, file that away for later.
After
look
I've
around
crashed the
and
local
my
area
jacket.
network, I put away my neurocasting gear.
Okay.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah, let's get going. Keep quiet when we get out there because we took care of the.
Who's driving?
Yeah, I'll drive. I can drive.
Okay, I'll sit in the. You said it's like a king cab type of a thing where they got two.
We
berths
don't know
each?
yet. We'll see what kind of vehicle it is.
Oh,
Cool.
we got to roll for it. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
You,
that's not so
you
much a
said
roll,
it's
but
you said it's a truck, didn't you?
no. Well, it's a vehicle. Sorry, it's a vehicle.
I think we've said the word
It's
truck
part
like
of the
100
game
times
is-
at
is-
this point.
I know.
He's changing the story already.
Yeah.
This is done.
It's a vehicle. It's part
Can't-
of the
Oh,
the we're dragging out the character creation.
Can't
Yeah.
trust a man with a beard.
He's one of those guys that calls everything a truck because it makes him sound cool and butch.
That's right.
It's one of
It's
those
his
little trucks
beard.
that we got
Yes.
that we got in the Arcturian apocalypse.
Right.
Great.
Is this our miserable beast?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It very well could be. All right. So you guys make your way quietly through the compound, out into the yard, across over to the vehicle, the sort of maintenance little shed, and sure enough, the sort of whatever that is, the sliding
Bay
gate door, the bay door is open, and you can see inside the shed. There's like tools. There's an old like kind of like 60s style muscle car with no wheels on blocks, no engine. There's all kinds of parts and stuff hanging everywhere, and but
Focus,
you do
Matt.
see.
Focus.
I know it's hard. It's very hard to focus. You have and there is in the center of it there is a vehicle covered with a tarp, and so at this point you guys can remove the tarp, and we go to the vehicle part of the creation. It asks what type of vehicle is it, what is the brand and model. So I'll let you guys decide what kind of vehicle is underneath of this this tarp.
And it's what, 1997?
It's 1997. Yes.
What do you think? Like
Buick Roadmaster.
or
Is that a
Oldsmobile?
station wagon?
I mean, it can be. I think they had the. I don't remember what the sedan was called.
Hold on a
If I
second.
knew I had to pick a car,
Ford
I'd
Taurus
have
is
researched
still
it.
around.
Well,
Ford
there
Taurus
is
is
a
definitely
19.
around.
There is a 1996. Whoops. The 1996.
Yeah, that's the one I'm picturing.
Buick Roadmaster. All right, no cookies. With in all of its glory. Is that what's in there underneath of there?
That's what I was imagining would be under it.
That's actually pretty good. I think that would be fun to drive, and we
It's
could
got the wood paneling and everything.
I want the. How about the one from The Vacation?
I don't know what that is, so you'd have to tell me.
National Lampoon's Vacation.
National Lampoon's Vacation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what is that?
It's basically this, but even
No, come on.
70s style.
I mean,
on,
come
yeah.
on. Look at that. How could you not? There's Nathan's
No.
character.
it's pretty.
That is something. That is exactly
I would
the kind
never
of car
wear
that Larry
yellow.
would have.
There you go. I put it in the Discord for you.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not on
Just,
That
Discord.
was a good
Oh.
Discord.
Oh. Oh. Okay. I see.
there it is.
it's the
Yeah,
70s
yeah.
version of the same car.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's the best vehicle for a road trip.
It's even got the body on the roof.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my,
There you
that's
go.
right. Okay. What is this thing?
It's
Uh,
like it's a cruise master or something like that. is what
It's
it was called.
something ridiculous. Doesn't matter. Make up a name.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
otherwise, that.
Otherwise, that. Okay. All right. Well, that's what it is. All right.
It's
All
the
right.
Buick
So
Roadmaster.
that is. So that's there. That's what's in there. All right. And then, oh boy.
You guys ready for a vacation?
Ready.
So
To
Vacation
Wally
applies-
World.
Vacation
right,
applies.
so
We're
what
coming
does
back.
what does it smell like? That's an interesting question that it's got here. That's that's an
Old
important
cigarettes.
Cigarettes and Larry.
cigarettes and Larry. That's a good combination.
Larry
Okay.
Sweat.
Larry Sweat. All right. So you guys begin to you see the vehicle sitting there. The
Yeah.
keys are literally sitting on the dashboard.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Um,
Nice. I'm sitting in the back seat.
I'll get in and I'll try to. Is it is it manual windows or is it automatic?
Ooh, this one's fancy. It's got like power windows.
Is there is there anything that we can use from the garage, like cans of gas or anything like that?
Make
Any
a
loot?
wits.
It's just straight wits.
Yep.
Or look for a siphon.
One success.
You're able to find a like a 5-gallon can. It doesn't feel like it's full, like maybe halfway.
Okay.
But it's definitely got some fuel in it.
Okay. Cool.
And so what we're going to do now is each vehicle gets a couple of traits. So I need someone to roll on the a D66.
All right, I got it. 63.
It's loud. It attracts attention. And then do you want to roll again, or you want?
Good for sneaking. Anybody else want to roll? Or you want me to roll again?
I'll roll
All right, go for it.
because we can't trust you. 45.
45. Bone shaker.
That's in keeping with
Decrease
car.
the cost and maneuverability by 1. So
I mean, it's in keeping.
We're
with
not
the car.
buying it, so
Yeah.
okay.
right, I know. So this is technically, if someone wants to write this down, this is for all intents and purposes, it's a two-wheel drive car, right? It can hold a lot more than 4 passengers, clearly. But it
you
has
gotta
a
cut 'em up first.
maneuverability of +2, a speed of 3, a hull of 6, and an armor of 4. Big old heavy doors. That's always nice.
All right, I'm grabbing that.
All right. Let me know you got it.
Yeah, I'm going for my PDF. So we're
Oh,
Thank
okay.
God we
All right,
didn't find
awesome.
a rowboat.
That's right. There's a wagon in there, a horse under a tarp.
Just sitting there.
Yeah. All right. So you guys have pulled it off, and beyond the fact that it smells kind of like sweat, old farts, and cigarettes, it seems to be in fairly decent condition. The dashboard's been wiped down with something to try to keep it from cracking too much. The pleather seats do have a few tears and cracks in them. That would be that's a good one right there. Place of a spare tire. It has a stash of booze.
Oh, that's a good point. Are there any spare tires?
There are like multiple like tires. Now, whether they fit this vehicle or not, you're not quite sure.
Okay.
There is not one in the car.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are like, grab this can. You're kind of sitting in there, and you go to crank it up. And just as you go to crank it up, the back door to the garage opens up, and you see Fat Larry come striding through, and he's like, "Hold it right there. I don't know what you're doing with trying to take my car." And he looks, he goes, "Doc?" He goes,
I'm
"You're
in the
with
back
them
seat.
too?"
I'm in the back seat. Are we leaving or what?
I mean,
Gun it.
thanks for
Gun it.
thanks for warning me, but what are you doing here?
Warning! Son of a bitch! I told you she was bad news. Gun it!
I press my foot on the metal, pedal the metal, and I raise my finger out the open window.
All right.
As I
Larry
jam.
is going to respond to raising your finger. Larry is going to raise his pistol, and he is going to take a shot.
Please tell me you have it in reverse. Do you have it in reverse?
That seems disproportionate.
And he is going to fire at the car. And
Are there ramifications for murder in this world?
I mean, yes. It just depends where you do it.
It's not Shadowrun. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm just asking, because he's about to commit murder. For sure.
So he actually gets 1 success. I am going to roll a d6. 1 and 2 is Tim. 3 and 4 is Chris, and 5 and 6 is Nathan.
Yeah, because one of us is hiding.
And that is a 5, so that is Nathan.
Yep.
And so the way, so basically the handgun, he only got the 1 success. The handgun does 2 damage, but you, because the car has an armor of 4, kind of like in Aliens, you can roll 4 dice to try to
Make me open another bottle of wine.
All right, no whammies. 2 successes.
All right, you begin to peel out, and you hear a thunk. You hear the crash of the gun, and there's like a thunk on the door right next to your leg as you go peeling out, out of the garage, out to the compound, and you can see before you like the
shot
gate.
At me.
There's
I'm
the
never going back
closed
there.
chain link gate.
Did you get hit?
No, he missed because he's a sucker.
Okay.
And you,
All right, let's.
You see the gate. There's a chain link gate in front of you.
Go through it.
So roll agility.
All right.
While he's doing that, I'm going to check the glove compartment for anything useful.
Are we in a place where Larry could shoot at us again? Like,
I mean, if he comes running out, he could shoot at you. But I mean, he'd have to run.
Okay. I would recommend you take the chain link fence slow.
I don't know.
That's the small thing. That's the smart thing to do.
So
They always show in the movie that you go through the chain link fence really fast.
This is
but in reality, the right way to do it is you just go right through it slowly.
No. This is coming out as a shitty movie on Netflix, so we're gonna do it like a movie.
And now it's gonna rain Sharknadoes. All right.
So the maneuverability on this vehicle is reduced. So is it reduced by 1 or 2?
By 1.
Okay, sorry. So I still get 1 maneuverability die added to that, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. 2 successes.
Oh wow! All right, you ram the gate,
Yeah.
and just like in every movie, it flies open and the chain link scatters, and you go driving into the dark, into the night.
Fuck you, Dottie. I know what I'm talking about.
And there was some damage to the front end.
Inferior quality
there's some
gate.
scrapes. This thing's a pretty tough, pretty toff customer.
They don't make them like this anymore.
Right.
They don't
I've
make them
stolen
at all.
lots of cars,
Right.
so this is a rare find.
Look at me, Mr. Badass over here.
That's right.
You
All right.
put food on the table somehow. Okay.
So you guys go screaming out of the compound. You're driving down the road into the dark, into the pitch dark of the desert night.
Turn on the headlights, you idiot.
Guys, which way is Vegas?
South.
I don't know.
South.
Which way is south?
It's the opposite of north.
You're pretty sure it's left.
All right. Racing out into the night.
Mm-hmm. All right. You guys, right, you're driving, like looking over your shoulder, the pedals to the metal. This car is like trying to go faster, right? It's like, it's
going a solid
it's really
60.
loud. There's clearly like a hole in the muffler or something. It's just like this, the whole time you're driving. But you look back, and after like 10, 15, 20 minutes, your heart racing, there is no sign of headlights behind you. In fact, eventually the treasure sign just disappears. It was like a glow, and then it's gone, and then it is just dark all around you in the desert night.
I'm telling you, turn on the fucking headlights.
All right. Let me see.
Thank God it was a full moon. Otherwise we'd be dead.
Those pull light. Okay, yeah, there we go. There's the lights. And I've got the windows down still, and I'm doing my little arm
start
out the
pressing
window.
Pressing radio preset buttons, seeing what comes up.
Such a child.
There is nothing but static on the.
Hey, look through the glove box. See if there's any tapes in there.
I tried that, but the GM ignored me.
Oh, try again.
So yes, try again. In the glove box. Right, 0 to. Oops, sorry.
Is there an old Snickers bar in there or anything?
So you find a couple of what do you call 'em?
Maps.
Packs of gum.
Oh.
You do find an old worn road map, some Wrigley's gum, a pack of Skoal, a flathead screwdriver, and an assortment of screws and washers and bolts that may or may not go somewhere on this vehicle.
So no CDs, no tapes, nothing like that.
There is nothing.
Motherfucker.
Now, if you there is no, nothing. Larry's
It's not like
Matilda
Fat Larry
doesn't
had good taste.
Matilda doesn't condone that kind of stuff, like wild, crazy music.
If
Jesus,
you liked
can you do me a
anything, it's
favor?
probably going to be ABBA. What?
Can you like take a little bit of Skull and wrap a piece of Wrigley's around it for me?
I do that and immediately just throw it out the window.
Dick.
It's just
How many
disgusting.
years has it been since bubble gum has been manufactured by a plant?
They could still be producing something.
Yeah,
Wrigley's.
I mean, it's
Wrigley's will never die,
probably
man.
pretty old. It is. You go to bend it and it kind of cracks.
Snaps.
It snaps. Yeah.
That's how you know it's good. You got to work harder to make it gummy.
This isn't
I do.
Wrigley's. This is Pigley's.
Had a really good Bazooka Joe,
Yeah.
just hard as a rock.
Yeah.
Good times.
So it gets quiet. It is sort of like the breathing,
Except
the
for the
engine.
car.
Besides the engine, right? Sort of quiet settles on the vehicle. And
So can I try to open up that map that you talked about and see if we're actually heading in the right direction? Is that a wits
There are-
roll? What was
There are
that?
road signs. Are we headed south on the road?
it does appear you're heading south.
Okay.
And no, you do not need to roll to read the map.
Okay.
You basically look. You figure it's about 150 miles along the highway between here and the outskirts of Vegas, which is where you're heading. There are a couple of small towns on the map. Places called Ash Springs, Alamo, and Coyote Springs are all kind of spread out along the way. You figure you'll be passing through them, but you're not really sure much about them, but they are
Alamo.
on the.
I remember
old
that
map.
one.
So, just for information's sake, like, do we like get news of other communities that are in the area, or were we just like very isolated?
So you're pretty isolated, but you sometimes get to talk to people. So people do come and trade. So you guys tear things apart and all that. And then every now and then, someone shows up, truck, they'll trade, sell. It's usually for things like water, food, other kinds of things for different scrap. And sometimes you guys can talk, but it's not a lot. And, most of the people, they're all kind of, road hermits also that come through there, they definitely spend most of their time on the road.
So we're on Highway 93, huh?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So, how long? So, how's the fuel looking? The fuel gauge looking, and
The fuel gauge. So you have about a half a tank of gas, which you think might get you all the way there. You're not sure. This is an old vehicle. It sucks a lot of gas. So,
okay.
but you may be forced to stop. It might not be a bad idea because you probably don't want to run out of gas out there in the middle of the desert.
And from folks that have passed through that last establishment, are there any like regulars that we might know from one of these towns?
There are some repeat. Yeah, you might you're not really friends with any of them, but there are repeat people that show up. you're not sure. I think most of them come from around the Vegas area. You don't recall anyone saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Ash Springs," or "I'm from Coyote Springs," or anything like that.
Yeah. So what's the order of the stops from Coyote Springs and Ash Springs?
Ash Springs, then Alamo, then Coyote Springs.
So, guys, where do you want to stop?
I think let's stop at the first town. See what we can scrounge up to make the trip, possible.
Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little hungry. Maybe we can scare up some food.
Sure, that's a good reason too.
All right.
And we're gonna need some more gas too. I don't have a lot of money though. You guys have any money?
I start checking under the seat of the car.
Yeah, and there's also the back, right? So there's kind of it's not like a hatch. I guess it's kind of like a hatchback, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that
The
is.
back definitely
It's a station
back there.
wagon. It's a station wagon.
Yeah. I call that place the extra seating room because that's where they would stick us all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
when
70s road trips.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So here's where we get to have. Oh, here we go. All right. So each of you get to make a D66 roll, and I'll just go around. I'll start with Tim, and then Chris, and then Nate. Nate, can you check your Discord? All right. So Tim,
All right.
D66.
I rolled a 41.
A 41. Oh, you find a Walkman. Back there in the back seat, it's like tucked in one of those like little pouch things behind the seat. You find a Walkman.
Does it have a tape in it?
It does.
Does it have "Love Fool" by the Cardigans? Because
Sure.
that's my favorite song.
It does. You can and you can spend a stretch listening to it once per day to recover a hope.
I will spend a stretch doing that as soon as we get back in the car.
You're still in the car. You guys
Oh,
are driving.
I will do that.
Driving.
Yeah, you're
Stretch
rummaging
is
through
about
the car.
is it stretch about 15 minutes, something like that?
Yep.
I will do that now.
Hey,
All right.
if you found some music, we've got a cassette player up here. You could just give it to us.
Told you
so
she
we
was a
all...
bitch. She's hogging that shit. It's probably trash.
It's up to you. I mean,
I'm
She's
sorry,
already
I
got her
can't hear
headphones
you.
on. She's ignoring us.
I have no idea.
so
Tap the
Okay,
brakes. Just
yeah,
give
so
her a
she's-
warning tap.
she's ignoring us. Jesus, I mean, did you hear Larry say that Dot tipped him off?
Yeah, I did hear that. Told you she was a bitch.
What? I mean, what do we do about that?
We ditch her the first chance we get. What do you think?
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right,
Mhm.
Chris, your roll. You're rummaging around the vehicle? D66.
66.
66. All right.
66.
Well, that's weird. Okay. So I'm
It's just
going
how
with
I
the
like it.
dice. I know. I'm going with the dice. So you kind of crawl back. You lean over there's nothing in the front. You kind of crawl back into the back seat next to Doc McStuffins, who's kind of like looking out the window, staring blankly into the darkness with like a set of headphones on. You could kind of hear like music, that soft sound of music, barely over the of the car. And there is like a kind of old oily kind of tarp in the backpack, and you pull it off, and it is a classic gaming drone. A Wally Wayne, a consumer drone.
The fuck am I going to do with this?
Right. That's what I was thinking the same
This
thing.
must be, he must have been just in his spare time taking this old Buick out to go into the drone leagues.
Right.
Yeah.
He knew
So
he had a
let
passion
me-
other than being a dick 24/7.
Here, just so you can see on the right, this is a Wally Wayne drone.
We are going to Wally World.
This is truly becoming the Griswold family vacation. The Wally Wayne. So I don't. Do you have access to the PDF?
It's
But
the
yes,
blue
on
one,
page,
right?
Yep.
Yes,
On page
the blue one.
99 it's got the stats. It appears to be turned off. And
Because we
let
don't
me
want to
just
turn
give
it
a quick
Shut
robot.
up, Nathan.
So automated machines without human pilots are called robots, often used for menial tasks, but also guard duty. In game term, robots are handled like drones. So this is it's a drone though.
Yeah, I think this is just a consumer drone.
Yeah, consumer. Okay, drones designed for consumers have a wide range of purposes, from practical matters to pleasure and gaming. The Centray Corporation's annual Neuro Battles, the modern equivalent of ancient gladiator arena battles, are massively popular. The adjacent table lists a few popular drones. So what this is, drones. For more about drones and their functions in society, control. Okay, so you can basically control this drone and act as it using your Neurocaster. And so if you wanted to go into a dangerous situation or whatever, you could send this drone instead. You also know that potentially if you needed to make money, there are drone fights, just like it's like the new version of what is it, the hobo fights or whatever. Or what was the thing that the movie that the guy who Hugh Jackman
or
did?
BattleBots.
BattleBots, yes, like BattleBots.
Didn't
Yes.
have to be hobos.
Well, now we know how Matt feels about hobos.
I'm just thinking the more seedier, sort of thing. There's also like BattleBots.
Don't
like
dig a hole.
Centray
Don't dig
does
a
the-
hole. You're fine.
Well, Centray
Just say it
does
was
a big.
Just say it was when Sean was homeless or jobless.
Yes.
It's just
Sean
with his jug of hot dog water.
out there shirtless fighting other hobos drinking hot dog water.
Oh, those were the days.
Pennsylvania's done them good. All right, but that's what you find is one of these. And ultimately, if nothing else, if you don't want to pilot, it's worth a certain amount of money to sell. It is not inexpensive. It's $850.
Hey Todd, you got the gear to play with this thing?
Yeah. I got my
I meant
my
not your penis,
homegrown
Yeah,
Neurocaster.
yeah, that.
Yeah. And
Cool.
then-
Yeah,
so Nathan, you're the last person who can roll on like stuff. Like you're
All right, I'll dig
reaching
around under the seat while I'm driving.
Yeah.
And swerve a little bit.
Check the console in the middle.
Here
You
comes
find
the
a
pile of
needle.
used condoms.
it would say, here comes the needle.
Let's see. So 26 or 62.
Oh, well,
Well,
okay.
you just
Yeah.
declare. Just pick
Okay,
one.
so it's going to
What
be
makes you feel good?
62 because 26 would be really weird. It's because it's a pet, a dog.
Didn't say it was
So
a
we're
live
gonna-
dog, just that it was a dog.
Right. So we're going to go with 62, even though
We
that
found
one's kind of
Fluffy.
weird too.
He kept
says
up with
I
you for like the first
It
5
says
miles.
a crossbow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have your roll, but I'm going to have Chris's character found it, right? Because it doesn't make sense that you reach under the seat and find a crossbow.
Yeah, it could if it was like one of the hand crossbows.
There's no drow in Electric State.
Yeah,
All right,
Tim, where do you put
No!
crossbows in
Stop it!
cars?
Yeah, Tim, where do you store crossbows? in
All right,
cars?
I'm out of here.
Oh no. Who's the
I'm
criminal
fucking with
now? No.
Again,
bring this
those were
up.
the days.
All right. So, Jesus, as you're digging around, you find
Nobody's
this drum.
watching,
You also find a crossbow, and
I reached down between Todd's legs, eased the seat back.
He's rolling.
Be careful.
It's and 5 bolts.
Okay.
Sweet.
So that's what you've got in the vehicle.
I'm
That's
going to
cool.
do a drive-by.
That's right. Oh my gosh. All right. So you guys have been digging around. Dot McStuffins has been quiet, staring out the window, listening to her newly acquired headset. And the road is just, I mean, it's like driving in a tunnel. It is not a full moon. Moon is definitely waned. It's very small. And so it is very, very dark. And you find yourself, you've been working all day in the sun, and and you have to, you kind of like, you're definitely tired. Parts of the road, there's 2 lanes. Every now and then you have to move over where the road actually goes down to 1 lane because sand has drifted on part of the highway. You don't see any other vehicles on the road, but periodically you see, vehicles on the side of the road, rusted out, partially buried, torn apart by scavengers. Just sort of a detritus of people that had used to drive up and down these roads. And you are driving along, and who else is in the front?
It's me and Todd.
Me and Jesus, yeah.
Okay, so I need Jesus and Todd, or I need Nathan and Chris to roll a wits.
Okay, good luck with that.
One success.
3 successes. 6,
Ooh,
6, 5,
damn.
2. The one doesn't matter, right?
Nope. As long as you got a. All right.
Yeah,
so
it's-
you see it. You see it first. You are driving, and you just see this massive shape move out onto the road in front of you, Jesus. And
Ah!
you're not sure. Yeah. So you hear a scream, like a yell from the passenger's seat, Todd, and you need to make an agility roll as you look up. You're kind of drifting there for a second, and all of a sudden you see this massive shape in the road.
All right. 2 successes.
Has it been 15 minutes yet?
Yes. Oh yeah. So you have recovered your lost hope. All right. You swerve, and the vehicle, kind of like catches on some of the sand, but you pull around, and you just, as you're going by, Jesus, you look out the window, and there's this big face of like a buffalo just staring as you go, like your window goes by, and there's like this buffalo just staring in the window, and you guys go down the road, and it's you leave it into the
That
dust.
motherfucker is lost.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, what's he doing in Las Vegas? So can we like eat buffalo? do you know how to skin an animal? And
Not well.
so I heard, you used to have buffalo burgers when I was a boy. Anyway, all right, we'll keep driving.
You drive for a while, and you kind of figure looking at the map, you do see a sign for Ash Springs. And the little travel map that you have, Dot McStuffins, talks about how it was a quaint town, independent town, and it was famous for its hot springs. But as you approach, you see that there are no lights. And as you get closer in what moonlight there is, you can see the sort of silhouettes of low buildings, all dark, partially covered in sand, and no, like I said, no sign of life.
Okay. Is there a gas station here?
There is a gas station.
Is
It is near the road. It's all dark.
As it should be.
And
Is there a sign of its having been like looted or otherwise destroyed, or does it just look
do you
abandoned?
guys pull in?
Yeah. I'll pull in for a closer look, do like a slow drive. I'm not stopping, but I'll.
Okay. Start rolling in. You're
Already the crossbow. So as we sneak in stealthily with
with your tank. You don't see anything.
About a quarter mile outside of town, you can turn off the engine and just roll in.
Too late.
Too late. We're actually at the gas station.
You,
Look, it's
you
dark.
do
There's
not
no
see any
light.
motion. It's
Surprise
very
us.
dark. You see that the windows have been shattered. The garage door is open. There's sand sort of has piled its way down part of the parking area and is sort of piling into the garage. This looks very, very unlived in.
So we could stop and dig around in there, but I don't know. I think we should probably move on to the next town. What do you guys think?
I think you're probably right. This place looks useless. I'm sure if it's been raided many times over the years. There's probably nothing worthwhile left.
Yeah, Dottie, I'll give you. I'll let you chime in, even though you're a trader.
What on
She
earth
still
makes
listens
you
to her
think I'm a-
headphones.
What on earth makes you think I'm a traitor?
You ratted us out to Larry.
No, I didn't. I didn't tell him who you were.
I mean, still, yeah, he knew to. Yeah, and he shot at me. I mean, that's all on you.
The fact that he shot at you is on me.
On you, as I give you the thumb pointing.
I mean, he knew we were. Or somebody was making a move on the car.
So you're saying you've made up your mind that I'm a traitor and that you're gonna do something terrible to me? Is that what you're
I
intimating?
didn't say I would do anything to you. You can make it up, but
Okay.
it's you're on notice.
Okay. I'll put my handgun to the back of his head.
The fuck?
Yeah, this is
I
me
mean-
being a traitor, right? Is this what you expected from me? Is that what you want?
I point the crossbow at Dot. Say,
No.
What the fuck?
If you don't put that down, I'll pull this trigger right now.
Then I'll pull this trigger, or he'll just hit.
I'll
Only
pull
two
his head.
episodes, guys.
Lean off.
Tune in for episode 3 where we play a new game.
New characters. All right, so I think we have a car combat.
Well, there's this. You asked for the tension, right? There's tension
I
for both.
did ask
everybody.
for attention. Yes.
Yeah, and he just basically said, "I'm a traitor," and he also confirmed that he blames me for getting shot at.
Yep.
And so I'm on the outs. So done.
All right.
So I'm just going to move your attention up to 2.
Yes. All right. So this is a weird one. I don't understand how this. So
What were you expecting? You thought I would just like roll over and let you rub my belly?
I have no idea what you guys are doing. So firearms in close combat. Note that you can use a firearm even in close combat, but you'll use strength, not agility, to hit, and your opponent can choose to fight back. As most firearms have a minimum range of short or more, you typically get a -2 dice when using them in close combat.
This is where Todd just hits the power seat button. Just
I have a gun to somebody's head, and I'm talking to them, and I have a
Right.
minus to hit them.
Well, it's because everything's happening all at once in close quarters. It's not like
I'm
you're
I'm
gonna take a
behind
turn,
him
they're going to take
in a
turn.
car,
Yes.
and I have a
But he can,
gun
like,
to his
move.
head,
Yes.
yeah, but human response time.
and
is
I
about
have
250
minus.
milliseconds.
Hold on, and I have a minus to hit him with a gun to his head.
Arguing with the GM also gets you minuses.
Yes. That's the I'm just reading the rules. And I think that's just because of the close quarters, it's just more
Sure.
difficult, I guess.
I hit a bump.
So the way it works in here is, so this is combat. Boy, here we go. I didn't think we'd get there. Rounds and initiative. So rounds are played out in 5 to 10 seconds of time, and every round, each participant in the fight gets one turn or an opportunity to act. The person who starts the fight gets their turn to act first, along with anyone else on their side. The fighters on the attacking side can act in any order. And so if it's unclear who starts the fight, each side rolls a d6 and adds the wits rating of the fighter with the highest score.
Okay.
The side with the higher total are the attackers. Reroll ties. The initiative roll cannot be pushed and is not considered an action. So things come to a head, right? I mean, you said
You could say
turn
that.
around, whatever, right? And he's kind of turning with the. You've threatened to shoot him. Chris is Jesus is turning with the
I look
crossbow,
nothing like my brother.
and
We don't know.
Todd's up front. So I'm gonna say that basically because you already have the weapon drawn, already pointed, that you've got initiative. You're the first to act. So that settles that initiative. So Dot will go first. Because it is considered a close combat, and because the person can then could choose to fight back. The way it works is you have an action, right? One action per turn.
Mhm.
And in the close combat, they have a thing called fight back. This is a reaction. If you use a reaction, it's kind of like Dragonbane. That's your action. This is a reaction that turns the attack into an opposed roll. It cannot be chosen by an incapacitated or unaware target. Only the attacker can push the roll.
Okay.
If the attacker rolls more successes than the target suffers the weapon's damage base +1 for every success beyond what is needed to win the roll. If the attacker and the target roll the same number, they fight tooth and nail, but no one gets hurt yet. If the target rolls more, the attacker suffers damage equal to the target's base weapon damage +1 damage, whatever. So it basically becomes, if you're contesting it, you're basically fighting back.
Okay.
The other is dodge, but I think that's only for range. This is not really, it's weird. This is an instance where it's not range combat.
Right.
All right. So,
Yeah, I'm fighting back.
so it sounds like you will both use your strength stat
I would dodge, but
and
How's
you'll
he
add
gonna-
your equipment bonus for
I would love to hear the narrative of how he's going to do this with strength.
I am John motherfucking Wick.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Dice.
So is this like me fighting back? Is that me grabbing my knife, or is this, or just me just wrestling with him?
Well,
Or just
I'm
slamming on the
assuming
brakes.
Yeah, it can be
Hold on.
narratively.
We're in a stopped vehicle.
Yeah, you're stopped
no,
already.
we
No,
stop.
we didn't stop.
we
We
did
didn't
not
So
stop.
you're rolling,
We're rolling.
but not super fast.
Yeah, not super fast, but we're
Okay.
not stopped.
All right. So that's changed. We're in a stopped vehicle. I thought we were in a stopped vehicle.
Matt assumed stopped.
You were in the front seat. I was in the back seat.
Yep.
Yeah. We had several back and forths with me having a gun to your head. What is the narrative that explains how that's a strength roll?
It's part of the game.
Game
Okay.
mechanics.
Then what is the narrative that explains your actions in that?
I could
Well,
just
so
be
what
wrestling
I would
with
do,
you.
I would roll the dice, see
Mhm.
what the outcome is, and then
And
we'll
then
decide on
narrate
the
it.
narrative.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's a great.
Yeah, because I noticed this when we were doing the Eat the Right, right? It's like I'm gonna go do this and do this,
Yeah.
and then you roll the dice. Let's just roll the dice, see what happens with the dice, and then we'll
Narrate.
decide the narrative.
I think that's the right course of action.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna roll my strength.
So he goes first.
No.
No. This is a contested.
opposed.
This is happening.
Oh.
You go first, but
Simultaneously.
he is using his action as a reaction
Okay.
to fight back.
All right. And I have to use strength to fire the weapon.
Yes.
Okay. And the bonus 2 on the weapon is 2 more dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that count as a gear thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll those as gear dice. Yes.
Okay. All right, got it. 3 successes. None of them are gear though.
Okay.
It's interesting.
So I got 2, but I can't push because I'm the
Right.
defender. Okay.
Yep.
So I only got 2. So
Okay. So it succeeds. So it will do the damage basically.
Okay.
All right.
2 damage.
All right. So All right. So narratively, Jesus turns with the crossbow. Dot McStuffin, pulls the trigger. Todd tries to like spin around or get out of the way, or kind of hit does something, but the bullet like wings you right along the side of your skull.
Okay.
Hits and goes out through the dashboard, but cuts a big gash on the side of your head.
All right.
And like you can hear like a ringing in your ear.
It does 2 points of damage.
Yep, 2 points of health.
All right.
It is now.
Where is the health? Oh, I see the health stat. I got it.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's basically your action this round, Nathan. We're doing that. So it goes to Jesus.
I pull the trigger on the crossbow.
All right. So
I've already gone with my action, so I don't get any defense. Right?
Right. So hold on real quick. When fighting back, the target forfeits their next turn, both the action and the move, but they can fight back against any number of close combat attacks. If the target has already had their turn in the current round, they forfeit their turn in the next round. So you could choose to take the chance of fighting back because it's close quarters, or and then you would lose your next turn, or you could just take it and see whatever he rolls. The gamble there is if you fight back, you actually have a chance to potentially damage them. Whereas if you just take it, you either get nothing or damage. You know what I mean? Like, so that's up to you. It's either one. But if you do fight back, you'll lose your next turn.
I'll lose my next turn if I fight back. So,
Yes.
So does that mean that Nathan will lose his next turn since he chose to fight back?
Well, he lost this turn.
I lost this turn.
This turn.
Yeah.
So you can attack
already...
and defend in the same round, but if you choose to defend in the same round, you lose the next turn.
So your action has already been committed this round. So you can't lose your action this round.
And then his action was to fight back, and then if you take the hit, you'll go next, right? But if you try to fight back, it will, it's like you don't lose a turn. It's just when it happens.
Sure, I'll take the hit.
Okay.
Two sixes.
You succeed.
2 6s, no ones on the equipment dice.
What's the damage?
Damage on the crossbow is 1.
Okay.
And then
so
it's one more for the extra success.
Oh, so 2.
Well then why didn't he take 2 more for my 2 extra successes?
You only had 1 success.
I had 3 successes.
I took away 2 of them.
Yeah, he had 1.
Oh, they cancel each other out. So you're left with 1. Okay, got it.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. All right. So he's gun goes off.
So I'm now at 2 of my 4 health.
Jesus turns around and fires the crossbow. Bolt goes through like your shoulder.
It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, cool the fuck down. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm in a car with 2 people who want to kill me. So
you shot first, motherfucker.
Not listening to you anymore.
Like, I'm the one with the flaw, always react to threats with violence.
All right, it is technically
which is known, right? You told me I was the threat. So yeah,
well, it's done. It's done. We'll figure it out.
So technically, it is Tim's turn again.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him again.
All right, Nathan, are you going to take it or fight back?
I'm gonna fight back. Can I? Now that I'm like aware, can I fight back with my blade?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fight back.
Okay. So you guys both roll and good luck. There's no good luck to this.
All right. So 2 successes, but they're both with gear. I don't know if that matters, but
nope.
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop.
So you can push rolls even if you didn't fail.
Oh, god damn it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I can't push a roll, and I got I rolled a bunch more dice this time. Didn't get a single success.
Are they all ones?
No.
Well, you can push. Oh no, you can't push.
You can't
That's
push,
right.
'cause
Yeah,
Right,
I'm a
yeah.
defender, so I
Then I'm going to roll my other 3 dice then. So I'll push.
And are these the
And I'll get 2 more successes.
Oh my god! All right. So
So that's
how
4
many
successes.
4
4 successes.
And Nathan, you got none.
yeah, I got none. I rolled like 9 dice. I got
Jesus.
no successes.
So that is 6, right? Two base damage.
2 base
1
damage
success and
plus 4 plus 4.
so 5 health.
Yeah, I only had 4 left.
All right. So you are at 0 health.
Yep. So
Round
those are-
goes through the car.
Mm.
You know, Todd reaches back. He's got his knife. He's going to brandish it. He goes to stab Doc McStuffins, and the bullet goes off right through Todd's midsection. Blood sprays on the windshield, and Todd kind of slumps down in the front of the car. Chris, it's Jesus' turn.
He just drops the crossbow, grabs Dot's arm, and starts smacking the gun arm against the headrest. The fuck is wrong with you? Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell? I'm just screaming, smacking the arm. So how would you handle that one?
So that's interesting. So you're not trying to do damage.
Oh, no, I'm trying to do damage because if you can get
Are you trying to
leverage against
disarm
the-
me?
I'm trying to disarm or break your arm against the headrest. Either one.
Okay, so that is a strength.
There's
It's
leverage
unarmed.
involved. Yeah.
It's unarmed.
Is
And
it
so-
not,
so-
I guess I can't oppose it.
You could
can
give
re-
up your next turn,
Yeah.
and he would just keep attacking you. Yeah.
Okay.
So are you just going to take it?
Yeah, because is he just using strength? He's not using the crossbow, or
No, because
Yeah,
he'd have to
right, okay.
reload it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, it is an unarmed attack. There's no bonus dice for anything, but it's just your strength.
So far, I have 1 success and no equipment, so I can push the other dice, right?
As long as they're not a 6 or a 1.
So there was 1, so I can push the 2 non-ones.
You may lose hope.
That's 1 more success and 1 more nothing.
Okay,
two
so
successes
2.
net.
So unarmed is a base damage of 1, and then 1 more is 2. So 2 points.
Yeah.
2 points. All right, that takes my health down to 0.
All right, so you reach over and you're like banging his arm, and he's bringing the gun up, and you just punch Doc McStuffins right in the face, and she collapses in the back
Right in her
seat.
stupid bitch face.
Now
Oh my
let me try to read
I'm
this.
bleeding out.
I know. It's all right. So now we get to
Yeah.
read the part about incapacitation.
If you
I love this. We're getting to explore all kinds of rules.
choose your actions carefully if you happen to need a surgeon.
That's right.
I'm gonna up your
Okay.
my tension with you to 3 now.
When you're
How high does it go?
when, 3, we'll give you a 3.1. Okay. When you reach 0 health, you're
Yeah.
incapacitated and collapse to the ground or in the front seat and back seat. You can mumble in pain, crawl slowly, but may not roll for any attributes or use any talents. Right. When incapacitated, you need to roll 4 dice on every turn. This is called a death roll. It cannot be pushed. Mark the number of successes you roll. When you have a total of 3, you're stabilized and stop making death rolls. If you fail 3 death rolls before this happens, you're dead. Time to make a new traveler.
So
Now-
hold on one second.
We're really
So
exploring the space.
Is there any difference between being at 0 and being at negative something?
No.
Same
It's
thing.
not. There's no negative. Yeah, it's
We
The only
we
one
have 4
is-
stats.
yeah. The only time where that comes into place is if you suffer damage equal to twice your maximum health.
Mhm.
So like if you had 4 health and you got hit for 8 health, you're dead. It's like the old
Yeah, it's the
Master
old
rules of
D&D. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, when you are incapacitated, someone else in the same zone can try to get you back on your feet. This requires an empathy roll by them, which counts as an action, but we're kind of out of combat. If it succeeds, you regain a number of health points equal to the rolled successes and can continue to fight. However, rallying does not mean you are stabilized, and you still need to make death saves. If no one else rallies you, you can rally on your own after a stretch. So that's a stretch of time, and recover 1 point of health unless you are affected by something that blocks recovery, like disease or hunger. Note that rallying rolls are only allowed on incapacitated persons. There is also a stabilizing. A person with the medical talent can stabilize an incapacitated person with a wits roll with a bonus dice from if they have an aid kit. If this happens, the victim doesn't need to make any further death rolls. They are still
Wish we had something like
incapacitated.
that.
Yeah.
So how do we?
Look at the-
So how do you make a death roll again? What stat is that?
Okay,
This is
so
4 dice.
it is 4 dice.
It's just
and
4
it's-
dice,
it's
no matter
4
what your
dice.
stats are. Okay.
So we're gonna begin with the first kind of, because we're still gonna be considering ourselves in combat, sort of, right?
Yeah, and,
Which
and
is-
I just picture the station wagon just still rolling.
It's still
through-
rolling.
rolling into the sand. Yeah.
through the
And it's still
gas
very
station.
loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Tim. Tim,
Okay.
you're the next person up. You roll 4d6.
No failures, but no successes either.
Okay, so that's
So
a
no
fail.
ones, and no.
No,
six-
but that's a fail.
Okay.
Because you didn't succeed. So let me see real quick here. Let me write
So
Is
this
there-
sixes
there's-
or nothing?
Is there something about there being a 1 though in this context?
No,
Okay.
no. It's just
right.
okay. We're gonna go to Nathan.
Okay. No successes.
All right, you have 1 on the D. All right, Jesus, you are in the car. You have Doc McStuffins is slumped against a seat, blood coming out of her nose. She's still holding, sort of, passed out, still holding this pistol in her hand, and you see Todd next to you is sort of collapsed face first.
How did I get a bloody nose? Did you punch
She
me in the
punched
face?
you in the face. Yeah.
Basically,
She was
in the-
she was
I
hitting.
thought you said you were going after my gun.
She was, but that's kind of hard to knock you out that way. So she's
So
banging your wrist, and you're
Yeah, I think I grabbed your arm
scratching
and
at
just
her
smashed your
face,
face
and she
against the,
punched you in the
headrest.
Yeah,
face.
it's not like it's not like a single punch type thing. It's
Yeah,
narrative
punch
combat.
fighting. And then Todd is sort of leaned. He's in a weird position where he's like face first into the seat, like just kind of there. And you can hear like this kind of light breathing. So that's where you are. That's what do you do?
So the first step is make sure that the gun is not in Crazy Lady's hands.
Right.
Okay,
It's
so
like
you're gonna
on the
spin this
floor of the
action.
back floor. So how are you going to
You-
get into the? You're going to climb
Well,
into
no,
the back seat to get it.
You're still
Well,
holding
he just
it.
said he said you're
Yeah.
holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I'm slumped over. He said, right?
Well, no,
You're
I-
like sitting. You're sitting like this,
Oh.
like head down, gun in hand. She punched you, and you just basically sat back and took a nap.
Okay. So wait a
Right,
second.
so-
Is Todd's awake?
well, he's in the
No.
same state you are.
Yeah, we're in the same
you are.
state. We're both.
So you're also unconscious.
Yeah,
and dying. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Well-
thought I heard
well,
you say something.
No,
All
we
right.
can mumble. In
Yeah,
capacity, we
you
can
know.
mumble. He said we can mumble
You just can't do anything.
and like drool on
So-
ourselves.
I'm going to take my action
Yeah,
to disarm the doc.
All right. So you take the pistol. All right.
Yes.
Next round. Tim. 4
Yeah.
dice. This went south.
3 successes.
Holy shit!
Okay. So
6662.
okay, right on the real. Once you have a total of 3. All right, you are stable. You're not dying.
Okay.
So that means you're stable. So technically, next round you can rally. You can attempt to rally yourself.
Yeah, you're still incapacitated, but you're stable.
Right.
Got it.
All right. So Nathan, roll
All right.
your 4 dice.
No successes.
Holy shit. All right. Chris, Jesus,
I'm going
you
to try.
see Dot McStuffin sort of like twitch, but like her kind of like always put like her eyes open, basically.
Well, I've still got the gun. But I'm going to try and see where Todd is bleeding and see if I can like press something against the bleeding wounds. I guess would that be am I using my empathy skill?
Well, so you don't have the medical talent, do you?
I don't have the medical talent.
So you can try to rally him.
That's what I'm going to try and do.
So rallying requires an empathy roll. So that's more of like, come on, Todd, you pull yourself together. You can do it or whatever.
Yeah. Todd, oh my God. Todd, I got the gun from that crazy bitch. Come on, get up, Todd. Ooh, 66551. So
Wow.
2 successes.
Do you want to push it and roll to get more successes?
I can try.
And take the chance of losing hope.
I got exactly the same 2 dice I rolled, so I got 2 5s again. So
Okay, so no.
How do you induce bliss in this game?
Bliss was when you were in the neuro. It goes away over time. You've probably lost that. You've lost that bliss.
Oh, really? Already?
Yeah. It doesn't.
From listening to
once
your
you're
music,
out, it doesn't last super long.
Well, that was hope. The music added.
I'll have to
hope.
double check, but I think it's just like it's either a stretch or a shift. It goes away, and you guys have been driving for like an hour or so.
Okay.
So you got what? How many successes? 2.
2 successes, yeah.
All right. So Nathan, you have 2 health. You're
health,
able to function, but you're bleeding out. Like
I still have to make my death saves.
Right, but now we go to the top of the next round. It's Doc McStuffin's round.
Okay. What do I do?
I don't know.
You said I can rally myself. How do I do that?
You could when you are incapacitated, someone else can. It's a empathy roll. Let's see if no one else is there.
Yeah, after a stretch.
You can
so
rally
like
on your
15
own
minutes.
after a stretch. No,
Yeah.
you are out still. You're just not dying.
Got it.
So you're stable.
Right.
I'm stable, but I can't move or do anything.
No, not for a stretch. So we go to Nathan.
So I can't even help Nathan's character.
No, someone would have to rally you to get you up.
So even if I succeeded on rallying myself, I don't get hit points back the way that Chris's rallying of Nathan.
Yes,
gave him
you
2
would.
hit points.
Yeah, you'd get 1 point of health.
But I'm still incapacitated.
Nobody's rallying.
No.
Oh, I see. I can't rally myself until 15 minutes have passed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
All right, Nathan. How'd you do?
All right. No, I didn't roll yet.
Oh boy.
2 successes.
Okay.
6, 4, 2.
So you have 2 yeses and 2 nos.
Yeah. So I can roll one more. Is it one more round?
Yeah.
Or is
Let me go to Chris. So Chris, you see Doc McStuffins is kind of like her eyes are sort of open, but she's still just kind of looking very dazed and glazed. You must have hit her really hard.
These guns, man.
Todd is sort of turned around in the seat. He's like holding his chest. He's like, he's clearly he's awake. But he's bleeding.
Why'd that bitch shoot me?
He is not looking good.
So,
Am I gonna die?
yeah, stop the
Jesus.
car. Stop the fucking car, Todd. Shut the fuck up and stop the fucking car.
Okay. I hit the brake and
Yeah.
I put it in park, and I get out of the seat, and I run around to the other side. I open the door and help Todd out of the car and lie him down and see if there's anything that I can do. And obviously the answer is going to be no, because I have no medical skill. I'm like, fuck! And then I go and I open the door. I put the gun, right at like the small of my back. I drag Dot out of the back of the car and throw her on the ground and just smack her across the face. Say, "Wake the fuck up! Wake the fuck up!" As
All right,
my
roll an
rallying
empathy
attempts.
roll. It's an interesting use of empathy.
And then I
He
stand
should have to
back.
do damage for that. He shouldn't be allowed to rally. That's not a rally. That's a damage. You do damage, motherfucker.
1 success, no ones.
All right. So you're yelling basically like wake up, whatever. So Doc, you get a hit point back and you are rallied and you'd already
And-
stabilized yourself.
When she stirs, I stand back and point the gun at her. I start yelling, "Dad, what the fuck you do? You fucking shot him! Fucking take care of fucking
I can't
do
hear
something!"
you when you yell.
I said, "Can you hear this?" And I cocked the gun.
Shoot, bitch. Just shoot. Just kill
That
me.
doesn't get anyone else out of here.
Yeah,
something.
well, then stop yelling and talk to me.
Fine, you pulled the fucking trigger.
Dying!
Help him.
I'm bleeding
Just,
out,
so,
man.
just so you know, my tension for Todd Bearclaw is idiot making violent decisions. That's the tension that I have that I wrote down for him last week. And you, my tension is points out the obvious. Those are the two tensions that I have from the two of you.
Well, it's true. He is
Yeah.
dying.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to change mine for yours to shot me.
Okay. Let me. He has a bullet in him. Is that what you're telling me?
yeah, you put it there.
Yeah, I did. Is it still in him? There's no exit wound.
Fuck
Oh,
if
no,
I can
there's an
tell.
exit.
I'm
It
not the
went right
doctor.
through him.
Yeah.
There's well, I mean, you can see as you look at the front windshield, there's like a spray of blood in a hole in the windshield
Yeah.
where he was.
Yeah, I shot twice though. So,
Yeah. So
I don't know. I don't
there's
know.
two holes in the front windshield.
Okay, so it did go
That's
through
right.
him. Then. All right.
Yeah.
I can sew him up. That's fine.
All right.
sew him up.
So
So let
This
me
is
just
a
get
s-
him some local anesthesia.
this is a stabilizing roll.
if
someone
if
with
that's what Dot's actually doing.
right. Well, I mean, you know,
well,
that's
that's what I'm
right.
saying back. So
Let-
if
let-
he dies,
let-
I'm
let-
coming out of this desert
Right,
myself.
right. So
Let Tim
under
narrate
normal
what Tim does.
conditions, it's a stabilizing thing.
Mhm.
A person with a medical talent can stabilize an incapacitated person with a wits roll with bonus dice from a first aid kit.
I
haven't
not
even
only
gotten
have
to
a
Vegas
first aid
yet.
kit, I have surgical instruments, which is like first aid kit plus.
Mm.
So I'm gonna give him a local for the wound.
Okay.
Are you still pointing a gun at me, Chris?
I'm holding the gun in the general area.
Okay. You might want to not make me nervous.
We'll see how this goes.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, Tim, I love you.
Yeah. I will give him a local.
I don't know what that means.
Local anesthesia. So
No, I
Yeah.
know what
General
that
anesthesia.
means. but
Do the
are
do the
you-
ones
Are
do the
you
ones
stabilizing him?
Oh. Am I stabilizing him?
Well, that's the roll.
Yeah, are you saving my
Are
life?
you stabilizing, or is Nathan rolling a death save?
Is it an empathy roll? Because I need to roll one more
Yes.
if it's empathy.
No, it's wits. It's wits.
It's wit. Oh, it's just wit. So I was good with what I
Wits
had.
plus
Okay.
whatever you get from your equipment bonus.
Yes, I
Me-
am.
medical talent. Yeah.
I am stabilizing him. Yes.
Okay.
Well, not yet. I still need to talk to Chris. Get my bag out of the car. And I have a needle in his side. Get my bag out of the car. Because I'm going to stabilize him and then I'm going to leave.
So just wordlessly, I just still putting
Get
the
my-
gun.
get
just
my bag
grab
out of the car.
bag and toss the bag out of the car towards Dot.
Okay. Now you can take the bullets out of the gun, but I want the gun in the bag.
That's not how this works. It's either
I'm about
You
to
fix
plunge.
him?
I'm about to plunger this.
and I'm about to
Either-
plunger this bullet in your face. And only
I
one
don't
person's
care
walking
if
out
I
of this
live or
desert.
die, Jesus. I don't care
Okay.
if you kill me because you two are going to kill me anyway. So either you put the gun with or without
That's-
the bullets in the bag, or I kill your friend right now.
That's making a lot of assumptions.
Am I going to kill your friend right now?
It's up to you.
Are you going to put my gun in the bag? I'm telling
No.
you can do it without bullets.
Nope.
You're not willing to do that. You're not willing to disarm.
All right. So Nathan, make your final death save.
Yeah, got a 6.
All right. So this argument is occurring.
Yeah.
and you sort of, it's kind of all noise and everything, and things begin to become.
She's got like a needle up against my like throat or something like that.
Yeah,
and
but you
like,
are technically non-incapacitated, and you have you can do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Plunger.
I'm gonna stab.
Plunger.
Well, it's gonna be
it'll be
an opposed roll.
Contested,
an opposed
that's
roll. Fine.
What is funny is if
why wouldn't you just give me the gun, Chris? I don't know.
Like
why would I give you the gun? Because you shot one of us already.
I told you you could take. I told you could take the bullets, but you have to understand that both of you threatened my life.
I didn't threaten your life.
Really?
You both did. You both.
I didn't threaten your life until you pointed the gun at the driver.
So just real quick, when did they threaten your life? Because I don't remember that. Well, no,
Nathan,
the only reason I say that, the only reason I say that is
Nathan's Nathan's character has idiot making violent decisions.
No, I do know that.
That's my tension
the only
with
time
them.
that he said that they would drop you off and leave you, you were listening to your headphones. So he did say that he was going to that they were talking.
Yeah,
that's
about
not the only time. The moment that all this happened, it was when he said, "That's on you, and we're taking you on."
That's how you're on notice.
You're on notice. That's what it was. You're on notice.
That's not a life threat.
And what do we know about him? What's the one thing we know about Todd Bearclaw?
He
responds to threats with what? Todd?
You don't know my flaw.
I do know your flaw. I know your flaw enough to have attention based on it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. So then, okay. So this will become
all I'm asking is for the right to leave.
Right.
That's all I was asking. No,
you just can't have the gun.
Well, I'm going to react to threats with violence. So
right. So there you go.
So all right. So
and I'm going to I'm still going to try to defend myself.
All
right. So the way this works is Nathan is initiating.
Yeah.
So I get 2 successes.
And you have all right. So that's you're fighting back.
Oh,
so
hold
Nathan,
on. Do I get to use my surgical kit as gear for this?
No. Okay. I'll give you a 1 extra die because you have an improvised weapon.
Okay. So I only have the 1 success.
All right, and then
Nathan, I'm sorry. I have 2 successes.
You'll make a strength-based attack with your knife as your.
All right, so I'm going to push it because I didn't get any successes.
Jesus, you guys are
like 9 dice, no successes twice in a row. This is amazing.
You were meant to die.
This is amazing. Yeah, I was like, if I don't.
Todd was a bit of a dick anyway.
Yeah,
I'm gonna push my 3 too.
Okay.
You can't push because you're defending.
Yeah.
No, I'm attacking.
He's initiating
attacking.
the violence this time.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter because I did not get a success again.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
You're not gonna let me push my roll? All right,
you can't as the person who's fighting back. All right, so
that would incapacitate me again.
Yes. All right. So so you're having this discussion, and Todd Bearclaw kind of like out of nowhere, his arm comes up and he tries to stab Dot McStuffins, who like just instantly sticks him with this thing. And Todd kind of shakes a little bit and starts convulsing. Jesus, it's your turn.
Well, I shoot Doc McStuffins.
All right, roll.
Which is what you guys were going to do anyway.
So in this case,
yes, you were.
This was just meant to be tension. I was trying to find a way because you raise the tension and you work it out, and that's how you heal your hope.
Oh my god!
All right. So
we should let you listen to Maia's podcast first.
So Tim, the way this works here is you can either what they call it stand tall, which means you just take the shot.
I can.
Or you can dodge, but if you dodge, then basically Chris will go next again.
Is that an agility?
So dodging. Okay, let's see. This is a reaction.
Oh my god.
I can't take the damage because I only have 1 health, so I can't take the damage.
Right. It's weird. I'm gonna say it's agility because it doesn't say otherwise, and agility is the range combat.
So it's just the 4 dice for that then.
It's whatever your agility is.
Yeah, I know. It's just
Yeah.
the 4 agility points. All right.
And then for Chris, it's whatever your agility plus the 2 dice from the pistol.
Just
So
one.
that's
Just one success.
It's 8 dice.
Jesus.
And there's already 3 successes, and 1 die went over. 4 successes.
I'll push.
Okay.
I,
Hold on real quick.
He's defending.
Well, this
Can
is
he push?
different. He's dodging.
Oh, he's dodging.
So this is
Okay.
not.
so
it
I
can
have,
only
two,
be
I have
chosen.
2 successes.
Only the attacker can push the roll. So it is the same as fight back. So there's no
so I
pushing.
can't. I'm not even allowed to push that. My
Right.
defense. All right. Sorry. I only have 1 success.
So that is more than your. So you're re-incapacitated.
Yeah.
Okay. Gunshot rings out. Thought McStuffin now is laying on top of Todd.
What do you mean he wasn't going to kill me? The very first thing he did was try to kill me again.
Okay.
After he shot me.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Why am I the bad
had
guy?
so
I just
much
shot
else.
someone.
I have 2
Look,
whole pages of stuff that was planned for
hold
tonight.
on. I know that I'm outnumbered here, but that doesn't make me wrong.
Yo, you're wrong. We're
I-
gonna kill you.
I did not realize this was going to turn into Reservoir Dogs, the electric state.
I like the way the scene ends. The way the scene ends is both bodies are next to the car, where the car is like in the sand at the side of the road. Both of them are just slumped over each other. There's me standing over them with the smoking gun.
Oh my God.
Well,
All right, so
fuck.
Tim is Mr. Blonde and I'm Mr. Pink.
that's right. All right. So we'll start with, since Nathan started it, Nathan will begin to roll
That's-
his new set of death names.
Oh, this is so ridiculous. Yeah, no successes.
Okay. All right.
Do I have to roll
Tim?
mine too? Yeah.
Yes, you now will roll 4d6.
3,
Holy
2.
shit.
I only get 2.
2 successes. Okay. Chris.
Tie the crazy bitch up.
Okay.
So when he's like, I'll use Todd's knife, cut strips, and roll over, tie her hands behind her back, and then see if there's anything I can do for Todd.
All right. Well, that's all right. So you're going to spend this action tying up Dot. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Nathan.
All right. No successes.
Jesus Christ. Tim, go ahead. Roll your
Roll what? Oh, yeah. I'm doing more.
4d6.
Death saves? Okay.
Yep.
3 successes.
All right. So you are stable,
Stable.
whatever it's called, right? Where you're not dying, but you've not been rallied. You're not up.
Yeah, I know. And he's tying me up.
You're tied up.
Okay.
Okay. So, Chris, what are you going to try? So, what I don't know, this has, you know what they don't have in here is like, it doesn't seem that there's any way like you could try to rally him, but there's not like a untrained skill, at least not
It's fine.
that I've been able to figure out.
This is a narrative game. It's realistic that if someone's shot, there's very little
very
chance
hard
of saving
to-
them.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Is
Right.
I'm going to take the shit that they have lying around, Todd's knife, her medical kit, anything in their pockets. I'm going to grift them, and I'm just going to go, fuck it, throw the shit in the car, and start to drive off.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right, you hop in the car.
Shit went sideways. 2 people were shot by the side of the road by Vegas.
You sit in the car. There's like a
Well played,
you
sir.
Sit,
Well played.
You sit, and it's
Well
like it's sticky. The whole front seat is covered. You have to wipe.
I mean, we use the
window
closet. We all use
because
that
the
closet.
window, the windshield is cracked and it has blood spray on it. So you're getting in the car. Okay, all right. So Nathan, make your roll.
So this is my last one.
Yes.
All
Well,
right.
maybe if you don't. Well, yeah. Either.
Oh,
Maybe.
one success. One success.
Okay. All right. Tim is
How,
really nothing.
how often do you roll death saves?
Every
It's
round.
like every round, so it's every.
We're-
So we're
we're-
staying in combat just for him to roll death saves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's
I can
just
just keep
roll them
rolling if you want me
until
to
he
just
either succeeds
Well,
or
so we
fails.
go. So Chris, you spent last.
I get to
round-
rally myself in 15 minutes, which is I
Yes,
think
it's true.
like 118 rounds from now.
Right.
So I can just keep rolling.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you've thrown everything in the car, you've got in, you're wiped it down. Are you going to drive?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right.
Just
Car
there's nothing I
goes-
can do with these people. One of them
Nathan,
tried to kill us
roll.
both.
All right. One more success.
Okay. All right. Roll again,
All
Nathan.
right. Two more successes.
Okay. So what time is it? Oh, okay. All right. The camera, you sort of, it starts in close as we see in the sand. We see Todd Bearclaw sort of on the ground. His eyes kind of pop open. He's kind of crawling, moaning. Over a few feet away, Doc McStuffins is, arms and, hands bound, kind of, rolling over, staring over at Todd, kind of warily and full of malice. And as you're looking at both of them staring at each other across this dark, as it's getting darker, you just see the red glow of tail lights getting smaller and smaller, heading to the south, and the sound of, and the scene goes black.
Holy shit. Oh my god. We're like driving on rims. What an amazing, hilarious train wreck that was. Holy shit.
Okay. Wow, we got to explore a lot of wonderful systems that the electric state provides.
Yeah.
And
That
none
was
of the shit that I needed to get done tonight. I had an actual threat. All right. Well, that was, but Tim makes a good point, right? So there is tension, right? And from a role-playing stance, right? You all are not close friends.
Yeah.
I would
One of
probably
us
say
is
that
a sociopath.
Doc McStuffins is definitely not a person who is close to the line workers. She works in an air-conditioned room. She's kind of got extra privileges. Clearly,
and you guys made no bones about the fact that you hated her from the beginning.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
So-
and there's probably some disdain, right, for the you'd look out
Class
from your
differences.
air-conditioned room with your cold
Yeah.
bottle of water.
Calling us idiots.
And then, just the fact that there was this, clearly the doc had said something. What you guys don't understand is why the doc would say something and then also be there. So there's sort of it's kind of a confusing thing. But yeah, this is definitely where it's so funny. I don't think anyone really thought of it. And I will say, from Pull Back the Curtain, is I had sent Nathan a note saying, hey, remember Larry said something about, so I was kind of poking the pot, trying to test this tension.
Oh, that worked. That worked.
It worked.
That worked, Matt.
And so,
Good job.
well, this is one of those things where it's like from a game
Well,
perspective,
you
this
also-
is not
you
at all
also,
what I
as-
expected.
As the GM, you chose to not let Larry take a perfectly reasonable option at the beginning, too. He had a way to turn this to his advantage in the very beginning.
So that
and you made that choice, and then you used that as a lever
really,
to
it's your fault,
cause
Matt.
additional
Oh yeah,
tension.
no. So totally, Tim's totally right. So Tim's request to Larry. So each character has to have like a thing that gets them on the road, right? And it has to be kind of so you have Todd Bearclaw, who is doing this not because he cares whether Jesus ever meets up with Pedro again, but because he has overheard a conversation that, some law person is coming, and basically Fat Larry's like, yeah, I think there's a guy that might meet your description, right? With your character, it's for Tim's character, Dr. McStuffins, it's the fact that your personal goal is to treat these sort of people, right? And it's the combination of there's just really not much neuronics going here, and clearly Larry could give a shit less about the people that you're supposed to take care of and anything that
I honestly, if you go back to the first episode, I honestly thought that we were going to be, that my character was going to be focused on trying to get the insulin, because that was the one hook you gave me, was this lack of insulin. And so when I went to him with a plan on how we could get the insulin, you were like, nah, don't like it.
Yeah, because Larry doesn't give a shit if someone dies.
Yeah.
So that's the so this is also to put the juxtapose it. If you are truly like a doctor, this is a person that doesn't care, right? You're not going to be able to do your job or meet your goal. And then you're right with so although this was not, I don't know if this is exactly what I expected. This is also I don't think any of this is unrealistic at all. I don't think that any.
You took the Walkman too, didn't you, Jesus?
I took everything. Yeah, everything but.
So,
clothes. Did you take our clothes?
Oh, I mean, I cut your clothes off so I can tie you up.
Yeah. So we're just gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to noodle on how I want to approach this. I'm not quite sure. But I will be willing to take some suggestions from both people out there and from the cast on how I should adapt this, because it runs the gambit from trying to run, what happens to these two people who tried to kill each other, or do I just get back to Jesus and we got some new characters, right?
Well,
runs the gambit.
I called dibs on the drone so I can be the drone pilot as my next character.
Well, drone pilot is, as I understand it, you live in the neurograph and you just walk around as a drone.
So the drone found in the station wagon could be...
So here's the thing. I could just be driving down the road going, God damn, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And just like behind me, the drone sits
the drone. Right. It could have a person. It could have a person in it. So that's an option. Yeah. That's a good option, Nathan. So we'll have to figure that out by next week. But I would like to say, as chaotic and crazy as this was, it was a very realistic, very dark, tense, I would say Quentin Tarantino-ish sort of scene. God. So thank you everybody who listening in.
Thank you for going through that.
And if you I appreciate this is kind of what happens, right? So we will see where our story goes next week.
This is not the first time I've shot one of Tim's characters.
True.
Absolutely true. This is maybe not normal for other gaming groups. So this is
right. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And we will pick this up in a week. And,
whatever this is.
Yeah, pick whatever this is. Well, so I will tell you that. So for you guys also, just be prepared. Next week's going to be a little different. So we may not find out. We may not find out what happens. Well, I gotta reassess. I had so much planned. I gotta rejigger all my notes.
But push that a week.
I might have to push that a week because I might have to find a way to break the next episode in two. I gotta figure it out. I have some work to do. But thank you, everybody. If you're seeing this now, you're seeing it later. Go back and check it out. I know it's this weekend that the movie comes out. I know it's got very mixed reviews.
Mixed.
But I
guarantee you this is more exciting than the movie.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be
you want drama? We got drama.
One last thing. New episode of Dragonbane. I think I'm almost just about done, so that should drop tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, send me the file so I can get out too. And then Thursday we have Mitch to talk about new stuff for Cult Divinity. And I did secure the following Thursday. We are going to have Will NY4, the gentleman who does the superb modding for Starfield, is going to be on. And so we'll be taking a little bit of a side note from traditional pen and paper to some video game stuff, but we're very excited for him to be on the show. So everyone, thank you for listening to our beautiful chaos, and have a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye,
everybody.